Shalom, Marky, Mr. Brother CHAARAWTAZA, GMS Florida. Doing another installment of Prophecy in the articles. Alright, and this time we're going to go into this article right here. Israel's skin cancer rate, second highest in the world. If these the people of the Most High, the people that belong to this land, why are they having the second highest rate of skin cancer in the whole world? Alright, so let's start at the beginning. So this is an article that I'm writing myself, named "Why No Israelite Bodies on Display in Museums." So I'm gonna take an excerpt from the research that I was using to write this paper. And this information comes from like Wikipedia and different places like that. So let's read it. It says the British Empire acquired the land of Palestine after the defeat of the Ottoman Turkish Empire in World War I. In 1922, the Allied forces, Britain, France, and Russia, along with the League of Nations, signed into law the British Mandate for Palestine. This was a legal document which promised the so-called Jews/modern Jews that the Allied powers and League of Nations would establish a national homeland for the so-called Jews in Palestine. Early drafts of the document was rejected by Lord Curzon, the British Foreign Secretary, along with the Italian and French governments, because of a passage that reads as follows: recognizing, moreover, the historical connection of the Jewish people to the land, the Jewish people with Palestine, and the claim which this gives them to reconstitute in their national homeland, or their national home. In my opinion, the Italian and French government knew these people had no connection to the historical Israelites or the land of Palestine, and rejected their historical connection and claim to the land of Palestine. Let's keep going. Nevertheless, on May 14th, 1948, the day before the British Mandate expired, the head of the Jewish Agency, David Ben-Gurion, declared the establishment of the Jewish state in Eretz Israel, or APOCRYPHA, Yasharallah, which is how we would say it. Eretz Israel would be land of Israel, to be known as the State of Israel. Now that's the official name of it, the State of Israel. The State of Israel was established off the basis that the Jewish people of Europe were connected to the ancient Jews that lived in Palestine in antiquity and therefore entitled to the land of Palestine. It is known among scholars and the Jewish people that they, modern Jewish people, have no ancestral link to the ancient Jews/Israelites of the Bible, as stated by Arthur Khazar in his book, The 13 Tribes. The large majority of surviving Jews in the world is of Eastern European, and thus perhaps mainly of Khazar origin. If so, this would mean that their ancestors came not from the Jordan, which is by Israel, but from the Volga, not from Canaan or Palestine, but from the Caucasus, and that genetically they are more closely related to the Huns, Uyghurs, and the Magyar tribes than the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Why would an Eastern European modern Jew be saying this? Because an anthropologist by the name of Frederick Retzel concluded that there was definitely an African identity in the original Hebrews. Alright, so that's mainly it. My point was to show when Israel was established, and it was established on May 14th, 1948, the State of Israel. Alright, so is that in prophecy? Yes, it is. So let's go to the prophecy. Amos 7:17, therefore thus saith the Lord, thy wife should be an harlot in the city. Look at a black woman, she's a harlot in the city, she dresses like a hoe. Most of them are hoes. It says, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword. Meaning our children were going to be being killed by guns, gang violence and shit like that. That's a prophecy hold true. It says, in thy land shall be divided by line. See that? And thy land shall be divided by line. And in 1948, that's what they did. They said this part is for the Palestinians, and this part is for the Khazarians, or the so-called Jews. All right, they divided it. I think they divided it along the line of the Gaza. Is it the Gaza Strip? I think. All right, and it says, "And thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land." So we went into slavery, and we're down in a polluted land in America, and then our land was supposed to be divided by line, which it was in 1948. Go to another one. Ezekiel 36:5. "Therefore thus saith the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idomia." Idomia is Esau. Esau is the so-called white man today, including the fake Jews. Okay, including the so-called Jewish people. It says, "which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey." So this is the Most High talking about this exchange of the land, and them giving to the so-called Jewish people, which are Edomites, and them possessing our land, or the Most High's land, with the joy of all their heart, man. But the Most High says, "Prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains, and to the hills, and to the rivers, and to the valleys, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne the shame of the heathen." What does that mean? It means that the heathen are in our land, and they're doing shameful shit. Like, let me pull up. I want to pull up this article. All right, so they won't let me fucking go into it, but if you can look right here. It says adultery as psychological aid in Israel. You see this? Adultery as psychological aid in Israel. I'm gonna try to go into it. Oh, they let me go. They won't let me go into it. So this is what the Most High mean. That the land had borne the shame of the heathen. This shit. It says, "Behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne the shame of the heathen. Therefore thus saith the Lord God, I have lifted up mine hand, and surely the heathen that are about you, they shall bear their shame." All right? That brings us to the article. It's in Haaretz News, okay, Jewish newspaper. It says, Israel's skin cancer rate second highest in the world. The skin cancer rate in Israel is among the highest in the world. The Israel Cancer Association reported yesterday at the end of 2000 there were 3,631 skin cancer patients in Israel, and around 200 die every year from the disease. That's son kicking their ass, because you ain't supposed to be in that land. You don't got enough pigmentation. It says the skin cancer rate in Israel is among the highest in the world. The Israel Cancer Association reported yesterday at the end of 2000, there were 3,631 skin cancer patients in Israel, and around 200 die every year from the disease. The Skin Cancer Association held a news conference marking Skin Cancer Awareness Week beginning next Sunday. During the week, the association and the health ministry, health maintenance organization, and hospitals will do free examinations for skin cancer in 300 outlets. Israel is second after Australia for occurrences of malignant melanoma. They're second in the whole world. This little place. You got big ass states like America. All right? Russia, and they're not. But this little ass place is number 2 for skin cancer. You know why? Because you don't belong in Israel. Because you're not the Israelites. If you were Israel, the Most High wouldn't put you in the land where the sun is whooping your ass, giving you skin cancer. See, you ain't no skin cancer, no damn, in no Africa. Because them people belong in Africa with their black skin. Them Arabs ain't getting all that damn skin cancer. Because they belong there. But yours getting skin cancer the second highest in the world because you don't belong in the land of Israel. That's our land. Alright, so it says Israel is the second after Australia for occurrences of malignant melanoma. According to the Health Ministry report covering 1998 to 2000, there's 14.8 cases of malignant melanoma in Israel per 100,000 men and 14.4 cases per 100,000 women. This is less than half the rate in Australia, but higher than in North America. Double the rate in the European Union and up to 14 times higher than on all other continents. See that shit? Check it out. Dr. Micah Wahana, director of the Health Ministry of Cancer Registration Unit, says the high rate of cancer in Israel is because of the large number of people from Europe and North America whose fair skin is vulnerable to the desert climate here. Risk is increased by the dress fashions that allow more of the body and skin to be exposed to the sun than is customary in neighboring countries. He said genetics can explain, you see that? He said genetics can explain only about 10% of the skin cancers, and even then, mainly among Ashkenazi. You see that? Because you don't belong there. The high cancer rates in the 90s are a result of careless and excessive exposure to the sun in the 70s and 80s. He said the growing awareness of the disease and of ways to avoid it, both by doctors and public, may reduce skin cancer rate in Israel from 2010. So, you people don't belong in Israel. Why? Revelations 2:9, I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Because you're not the Jews. Revelations 3:9, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Alright? So with that, that's the end of it. I'm CHAARAWTAZA. All praise to YAHAWASHI. Double honor to my elders, Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the brothers that go out and teach in truth and sincerity. The brothers that believe. With that I say, YAHAWASHI, Barakathum. Shalom Akim.